What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Dylan Mathews back at it again with another hometown take. Today you see what I'm talking about, the Atlanta Hawks, and we're coming with another trade rumor, guys. One you guys have been letting me know about in the comments down below. One you all would like to see, and that is one Ben Simmons. Yes, I did a Ben Simmons trade rumor back a long time ago, but we're going to go ahead and let it resurface since Ben is most likely getting traded at the trade deadline, and obviously he hasn't played for the Sixers all year, so he going to have to go. And why not come to the Atlanta Hawks? If he can't beat them, join them then. But before I get all the way into it, make sure you guys like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, check out the first link in my description box to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Hawks to some more wins, and the want to and the care and the willingness to play defense, because they haven't done it all year. Anywho, buy me a coffee if you can. Also, check out the second link in my description box to subscribe to the Tough Cause podcast. For me and your girl SymoneWithTheSports and I are talking to your favorite former and current athletes, hosts, anchors, reporters, head coaches, all that good stuff. Listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod, share the pod out to your friends so they can listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod, share it out to their friends that will also listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod, and share it out to their friends you don't even know about. Alright guys, let's go ahead and get right into the video. Ben Simmons to the Atlanta Hawks in a trade. Could it happen? I think so. I've seen their reports on Twitter now that, Daryl Morey is more open to, trade packages, a whole bunch. He has broadened his trade packages. Like, he's broadened the list of players that he would accept in trade packages for Ben Simmons. So that could be, he would accept a nice little package from the Atlanta Hawks for Ben Simmons. And I'm still not sold on the Ben Simmons trade, but I'm more open to it now than I was before. And, after talking to my girl SymoneWithTheSports, who obviously covers all things Philadelphia 76ers, she was telling me, how Ben can score. It's just, I don't know what we did to him in the second round of the playoffs, but he got a little funky, man. And it wasn't all on Ben. Their bench wasn't very good. They didn't have a lot of bench help, and our bench was very good. We're a very deep basketball team, and especially last year, we had all things clicking. So it wasn't all Ben's fault. Did he freeze up in some fourth quarters? Yes. Did he pass up a wide open dunk over Trae Young? He sure did, and I still love it to this day. But what happened to the Philadelphia 76ers last year against us in the second round of the playoffs wasn't entirely Ben Simmons' fault. I think it contributed to a lot of the falling out between Ben Simmons and the Philadelphia 76ers. But like I said, if you can't beat him, then join him. And you could join the Atlanta Hawks, and he could help us out a lot on the defensive side of the ball. And that is obviously where we need all our help. We can score offensively. We can score the best of them. We just can't stop nobody. And at the end of the day, we can't stop nobody. We ain't gonna win. We definitely not winning the championship. We might not even make it to the playoffs at this rate, so we'll see. But some quick stats on Ben Simmons to back up some of the points I'm going to be making here. Let's first go over his, primary stats. So obviously he hasn't played a game this year. Last year, Ben Simmons averaged 14.3 points per game, 7.2 rebounds, and 6.9 assists. Good stat line for Ben Simmons. And with Ben Simmons in the lineup, the Philadelphia 76ers were actually one of the better defensive teams in the league. They were either number one or number two with Ben Simmons on the court last year when it comes to defense. Obviously, he made Seth Curry better. He made Tobias Harris, a fringe all-star type of player. Even though he didn't make the all-star team, everybody was up in arms about Tobias Harris not making the all-star team. And that was partially in help to Ben Simmons. Why? Because Ben Simmons not only is a good defender, but he is also a very good facilitator on the offensive end. No shade to Tyrese Maxey or anything like that. I haven't seen him play too much, but he's not the creator or the facilitator that Ben Simmons is. So Seth Curry now is having to take a lot more shots off the dribble, create his own shot, drive to the basket a lot more. When he wasn't having to do that last year with Ben Simmons. I mean, we saw it. Seth Curry burned us a couple of times, and that's thanks to Ben Simmons finding him wide open in the corner, wide open on the wing for an open three, and all he has to do is catch and shoot, is what he specializes in. He's a knockdown shooter. Ben Simmons helped, Steph Curry get more open threes, and all he had to do was really catch and shoot. He put Tobias Harris in good positions where he could catch the ball in the post, make a quick post move and score. He caught him in the mid-range. He helped facilitate and get guys better looks. I think he could do that with the Atlanta Hawks. Now, as far as how it would work on the offensive end, before I keep touching on the defensive end, as far as offense goes, it could work. I mean, he could be like the Draymond Green to Trae Young. Like, how Steph Curry and Draymond Green work so well together. Draymond Green, he can push up in transition. He facilitates a little bit. Ben Simmons could be a better version of that. While he isn't gonna shoot a lot, but he can do work in the post. Ben Simmons can. That's one thing he has over Draymond Green. He can do work in the post. Trae Young could find Ben Simmons in the post, and on the opposite side of that, Ben Simmons could find Trae Young. Maybe the Hawks start running Trae Young through a lot of screens and have Trae Young play a little bit more off ball, kind of like they do with Steph Curry sometimes in Golden State. So maybe Ben Simmons facilitates, Trae Young a little bit and gets Trae Young some better looks. So run Trae Young through a lot of screens. Ben Simmons finds him in the corner on the wing, and Trae Young gets a lot better looks off and, raises his three-point percentage up or gets him some better shots. Or, it could help just keep the offense moving and help facilitate the offense a lot better and get us some better shots and maybe make us even that more dangerous of an offensive team. So maybe Ben Simmons could be the Draymond Green of the Atlanta Hawks, but maybe just a little bit better because he can't score in the post. This is a dude who dropped 42 points on Rudy Gobert while at the same time locking Rudy Gobert down on the defensive end. Let me take y'all back to February 15th of 2021. Ben Simmons dropped 42 points, 12 assists, 9 rebounds against Rudy Gobert and the Utah Jazz last year while he was defending Rudy Gobert a lot of the time, and he held Rudy Gobert to just 11 points and 9 rebounds. Man, I just took y'all back, man, as I do so well. So Ben Simmons is about that life. He can score. He can lock down your best player. So Ben Simmons might not be all that bad. So, and when it comes to defensive end, I mean, we already know what time it is talking about. Ben Simmons, 106.1 defensive rating, was tied for 4th in the NBA last year. 3.3 defensive win shares, that's tied for 6th in the NBA last year. Finished 5th in steals, 1.6 per game. The 76ers had a 107.4 defensive rating at the end of last year. That was 2nd best in the NBA. Ben Simmons will make our team better defensively. There's no question about that. The question is, how well will he fit on offense? Can he coexist with Trae Young? Can he and Trae Young exist? Both of them obviously like to have the ball in their hands. Like I said, maybe it's a thing where Trae Young can find Ben Simmons in the post, and Ben Simmons can go to work down the post a little bit. They run Trae Young off a whole bunch of screens, and Ben Simmons finds Trae Young for a nice wide open three, and he cashes that guy. Also, Trae Young and Ben Simmons won't have to be on the floor at the same time all the time either. So if Ben Simmons is maybe in there with the second unit, not saying he's going to come off the bench, but if he's in there with some of the second unit players, he can go off the screen and roll with Onyeka Okongwu or Schlenk if he's in there too. He can go off the screen and roll with John Collins. He can facilitate Kevin Huerter shots. He can work down low in the post. So if he's in there by himself, Ben Simmons can be very effective as well. And Schlenk is a little bit more agile of a big than Joel Embiid was. And I know some people say it didn't really work between Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. I don't think that's necessarily the case. I just think Ben Simmons maybe started to have beef when Philly, and he just got tired. I don't know what happened with Ben Simmons in Philly. Nobody really knows what happened. He just got disgruntled. I don't know if he stopped shooting on purpose or what. But what I'm saying is a fresh start for Ben Simmons could bring him back to what he was a couple of years ago and make him one of the best two-way players in the NBA. So maybe that's what we could be getting, and that's what we could unlock again if he comes to the Atlanta Hawks. So I don't know, guys. I would be open to it. I would be open to it. So, that's something to think about. All right, so that's the reasoning on getting Ben Simmons. Like I said, him and Trae could maybe coexist. Ben Simmons, too, is also very good in the transition game. So he can grab that rebound down. And like I said, he was averaging 7.2 rebounds per game last year. Hit the board, hit the fast break, find Trae Young in transition, find one of our other shooters, Kevin Huerter, Bogey Bogdanovic, one of our other guys in transition. So he's got that aspect of his game too. He's great in the fast break. He's great in transition game. You know, like I said, Trae Young can find him in the post, or he can find Trae Young off some screens. Trae Young, you know, we gave him all that money. He can learn to play off ball a little bit. So it could work out. And like I said, Clint Capella is an agile big. He can work with Clint Capella, John Collins, Onyeka Okongwu. He can work with those guys in the screener role. And obviously defensively, like I said, he will make our perimeter defense so much better with just him being on the floor. So Trae Young could, you know, go over and guard one of, you know, the team's probably worst offensive player or least offensive threat. Ben Simmons guards the best player on the wing. Clint Capella can help us clean things up down low, and that's how it would shake out on the defensive end. So, all right, we talked about, you know, how it could work, you know, not logistically, but how it could work theoretically on the floor, and, you know, if Ben Simmons was on the team, how it could work out offensively and defensively. How would the trade happen, though? I told y'all, we're going to start putting these things in the old ESPN trade machine and seeing who we actually have to give up and working out the money and all that stuff. So, here we go. Ba-da-da-ding, you see on your screen now that if we trade Danilo Gallinari, Delon Wright, and Cam Reddish for Ben Simmons alone, that will work out. Now, Travis Schlenk it was reported by The Athletic actually, on Twitter I saw that the Hawks would be looking for a 2-for-1 type of trade. Now, this would be 3-for-1, but still, you know, giving up some of our players for one impact player. And that fits this mold. It's not exactly 2-for-1, but it's 3-for-1. So we give up Danilo Gallinari, Delon Wright, and Cam Reddish for Ben Simmons. And that works out. So, and it would, you know, it says it will work out for the Philadelphia 76ers, and in Hollinger's analysis, it would give them 2 more wins, the 76ers, and it would minus us 3 wins. I don't really pay attention to that. Anywho, it will work out money-wise. So we will be taking on Ben Simmons' 4-year, $33 million that's left on his deal. The 76ers will be taking on $33 million, a little over $33.5 million, but they are getting 3 players, 2 of them which are under contract for the next 2 seasons. So it works out money-wise. That's how it worked out. Danilo Gallinari, Delon Wright, and Cam Reddish for Ben Simmons. So that's how it will work. And like I said, guys, I think it could work. I think there is a way it could work. Now, offensively, like I said, I'm a little skeptical, but Ben Simmons definitely makes any team that he's on better defensively. So I'm all for that because the Atlanta Hawks, oh my goodness, Lord knows we need help on defense. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Do you think Ben Simmons could fit on this team offensively? Do you think he will be too much of a liability on offense that it's not even worth what he brings on the defensive end of the floor? Or do you think we could find a way to make it work on the offensive side of the ball as well? Like I said, Nate, one thing I like about Nate is that he is okay with experimenting when it comes to lineup changes and rotation. So I feel like if we did get Ben Simmons, we could find a way to make it work, not only offensively, but obviously defensively. He would be a big shot in the arm as well. Like I said, one more time, find Trae Young off of some screens. Run Trae Young through them screens like they do with Steph Curry out in Golden State. Ben Simmons can help facilitate that. Trae Young, who's also a good facilitator, find Ben Simmons in the post. Let him do some work in the post that he does oh so well. Ben Simmons, good in the transition game with Trae Young. Find Trae Young in the corner for a 3. Find John Collins and Clint Capella for an alley-oop dunk. Onyeka Okongwu too. You know, I think we can make this work on the offensive end as well. He can play with Onyeka Okongwu, Clint Capella, John Collins in the screen and roll game as well. Him and Trae don't always have to be on the floor either. You know, there can be times where Ben Simmons is on the court by himself and he's the main facilitator and he does what he does, and Trae's on the floor by himself and he does what he does. And, you know, we have at least one of them in the game at all times. That would be scary hours too. So it could work, guys. I'm saying there's a chance it could work. But let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bells if you haven't already. And guys, I'm bringing you all these trade rumors because Travis Schlenk has said himself, the trade deadline's coming up. And he don't necessarily like the way this team is built. He's not sure about, you know, the team's current structure as it stands when it comes to defense. So I'm looking to add on some players that can help us on defense. And well, Ben Simmons definitely will help us on defense. And we know he ain't going to be in Philadelphia much longer. So, again, Ben, if you can't beat him, join. But guys, again, like this video, comment your thoughts, subscribe to the channel. Check out the first link in my description box too. Buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel, help fuel the Atlanta Hawks with some more wins and some defensive play and some defensive help because we need it. Also, check out the second link in my description box too. Subscribe to the Tough Calls podcast. Listen to the pod, like the pod, download the pod, subscribe to the pod so your friends can do it all the same thing. Share it out too. So I'll talk to you guys next time. Stay true to Atlanta. Believe in Atlanta. Peace.